From dusty to dangerous. I want to look like I walk on water by the end of this video, okay? They shouldn't have gave black people air fryers because I just cooked this in the air fryer, and you know what? That only took like 5 minutes. She said, hey, let me show you to the catacombs. You know what I'm saying? Right there, the book would have ended for me, because as soon as you mention catacombs, I'm not going nowhere where some dead people been at. It was eating. It was eating. More men need to start closing their mouths and picking up toolboxes. Close your lips. You should be building something. Build a house. You talking too much. Put the podcast mics down and go build something. I don't like when they're shape-shifting romances and they stay in the form of the animal. That's weird. Like, where are we going with this? Like, it's giving bestiality, whatever the hell it's called, bestiality. I ain't going for that. I don't want to read about her having sex with a dog, bro. Like, what are we talking about? We are kicking this vlog off a little bit crusty, a little bit dusty, and a little bit busted, because you already know we have another glow up on our hands, baby.
I know that's right.
We have the holidays coming up. It's time to switch up the wig. It's time to get the lashes done. It's time to pop off, okay? It's time to pop off. So let's talk about what we have on our agenda today. First things first, we get these lashes done. Yeah, last round when I got my lashes done, they lasted longer. I don't know what happened this round. Within like 2 weeks, it was looking rough. Maybe because I've already had these for longer, but I'm gonna get the lashes done. I'm gonna try my best to take better care of them this time. Number 2, we're gonna get the brows done. My eyebrows really aren't that bad, but I kind of want to get them done before I get my nails done, because I can hold my eyebrow better when I get them threaded. Like, it's like a 2-person team thing, you know what I'm saying? And when I have my nails, it's harder for her to get to my eyebrows, and I need them things snatched, okay? So we're gonna get the brows done, then we have a nail appointment, and then I know I've been saying this every glow up, but I really want to get a pedicure. If I find somewhere that actually does solid pedicures and they don't charge you $600, like every pedicure now guaranteed is like $100, because they charge you for shaping, they charge you for if they cut the nail now, they charge you extra if you get gel polish, they charge you extra. It's like, bruh, what are y'all, like, it should just be a package deal. Remember when pedicures used to just be a package deal? You might put a little extra for a little razzle dazzle, because I used to get gems on my toes. So, like, you might pay a little extra for that, but it should be a package deal. Like, why am I paying for you to cut my nails? Like, that's a part of the pedicure. But, you know what? Holidays, I need a pedicure. Like, I need a pedicure. I miss seeing my white toes. I miss seeing those white toes. And I low-key been wanting to get French, but I might just stick with what I know. You know what I'm saying? So I might just get just white toes, 10 toes down. There's that, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, I got a new wig, so the wig's already here. Oh, I wanted to try something different with my hair. Cardi B does this mask for her hair, and she has like a similar texture to my hair. Her hair is very kinky, very thick, and very, like, it's not too, her curls aren't too tight. Like, she just has very thick, kinky hair. And I do get curls in my hair, but her texture is similar enough to where I feel comfortable following her mask. And I've seen a couple of the natural hair girlies do it, and they really like the way it comes out. I've been watching a lot of TikToks where the natural girlies are making their own hair mask. I have a hair mask that I use that I really like, but I wanted to try something natural, you know what I'm saying? The girls be putting eggs and mayonnaise and avocado and stuff in their hair. And I'm like, I want to know what that's about. I want to see what that's about, you know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, in these glow ups, I want to try to get more comfortable with understanding my natural hair. So we're going to take the braids down, and we're going to try out the mask, you know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of grocery items, so I'm hoping it's not too complicated. Most of the stuff I have. So I'm excited to try that, and I believe that's it. Now let's talk about the TBR. Number 1, Miss Kennedy Ryan. She came out with the second book. She came out with the book after Before I Let Go, I think it's called. And this one is This Could Be Us. She made an announcement saying on NetGalley for like 24 hours, she was allowing access to anybody to freely download the ARC of this copy. And one of the islanders, I think her name is Caitlin. I think it's Caitlin, but it looks like Catlin. I'm gonna say Caitlin. If I'm pronouncing your name wrong, wait, let me look on her page. Maybe she says a pronunciation there. No. Okay, so I'm just gonna say Kat. So Kat, one of the islanders, DM'd me, and she DMs me a lot. She was basically she DM'd me the Kennedy Ryan video. I didn't see it. I'm glad she sent it, because Before I Let Go was one of my favorite books from last year, I believe it was. So I was excited to see that. But the thing is, your girl don't know nothing about NetGalley. Okay? I don't know anything about NetGalley. I simply don't understand it. So she was trying to walk me through it so that I could be able to download the copy. And with her help, I was able to download it. And so that's on our TBR. I really also want to read Shannon McGuire's new book, but when I saw it was like dinosaurs and stuff, I'm like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. The dinosaur thing be throwing me off. Like dinosaurs and horses, I just be like, that's some... I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. But yeah, I truly was just like, okay, dinosaurs on the cover. But Shannon McGuire always eats with her Wayward Children series, so if I can get that on Blossom, then that will also be on our TBR. You already know I'm super ambitious with these TBRs, knowing damn well I don't end up reading half of these books, but it's okay. We gonna still hope for the best. Another one that I need to put at the top of my TBR, I know y'all tired of hearing me talk about it, is Obsidian Feathers. Like 3 of y'all have told me y'all have read this book and it's like y'all favorite book of the year. So I don't know why I'm dragging my feet on this. Honestly, it's just because I don't be having time. If it was up to me, this would have been read, okay? This would have been read, but between work and filming specific TBRs for videos, it kind of deters the books that I actually want to read. So, you know, I mean, the books that I read in my videos are books that I want to read, but some of the thicker books I kind of put on the back burner because it just takes up too much time. But Obsidian Feathers, and I really want to read Blood and Steel, and I need to finish up We Can Never Leave This Place. I'm like 31% into that. I'm also 31% into the Orc Prince. I really need to wrap up those 2 books and then focus on Kennedy Ryan, Shannon McGuire, because those, well, I think, okay, this is what we look like. I need to wrap up the Orc Prince, and We Can Never Leave This Place, because I'm over 30% into both of those books, and they're short. Shannon McGuire's book is also going to end up being short, so that could be number 3. Number 4, Obsidian Feathers, Kennedy Ryan, Blood and Steel. Those 3 are all going to be a toss-up on what I feel like reading. I've already started Kennedy Ryan's book, and I'm excited about that, so I do want to crack down on that. So, yes, the TBR is looking absolutely insane. But you know what? We move. I feel like I have enough time in this glow up to... My glow ups are usually spread out for like 2 weeks. So, I feel like I have enough time to be able to crack down on some of these books. And I have a break coming up. I'm only going to be working 2 days next week because we have the holidays coming up. So now is the time for me to be doing a glow up with an extensive TBR. There's going to be a lot of family time, but there's also going to be a lot of me time. So I'm hoping that I can read more books, God willing. Okay, so that's what the TBR is looking like. That's what the glow up is looking like. This is what I'm looking like. Rusty. Like, we need to go from dusty to dangerous. I want to look like I walk on water by the end of this video, okay? Together, we can make that happen, all right? And I want to get some good books done to talk to y'all about. Of course, the intro is long as hell. I mean, what's new? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next clip, okay?
Morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Sorry I'm late, bro.
No, you okay?
Yeah, it took me a different direction. Where can I put this? It took me a different direction, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired as fuck. I went out last night. I went out. I just had some drinks last night. Whatever. I don't even go out no more, bro. Like, I just like be at home.
I do too, man. Okay, cool. Okay. Was it fun? Drinks are so expensive. That's why I stay my ass.
I'm saying, like,
bro. I'm like $13 for a shot. Oh hell no.
No, for real.
Y'all got me fucked up.
How you been?
Oh, man. Girl, good. I'm cool.
How's Mr. Man?
He's good. He was so sick. I felt so bad.
Like sick?
Yeah.
There is definitely something going around, bro.
It
Because I got
is.
sick too, like 2 weeks ago.
He got, this is the second time he done got sick in a row, and then he was worried about me. I'm like,
I touch that fire for you. I do that 3 times again. I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch. I do it all, and I'm around. You scared to do it. I'm not. As long as you joking now in for me, I ain't got it. I've been scheming, looting, hide your body. As long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. But the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You just too important.
what's up, y'all? I'm home. I'm feeling really cuddly. I'm feeling really cozy. I got a notification today that the power went out, and I rebuked that in the name of Jesus, because last time the power went out, it was out for almost 3 days. That was not about to happen right before my 5-day break. I just did 2 12-hour shifts, and I now have the next 5 days off because it is Thanksgiving break. I was not accepting that energy at all. But in other news, we got the lashes filled, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, if the eyebrow place is open, I'm gonna go get my brows done. If they're not open tomorrow, then I'll have to wait till Saturday, because most places are closed the day after Thanksgiving. So next thing on the docket will be the brows. I also stopped by the beauty supply store to get lip gloss, because the beauty supply store got the best lip gloss, like hands down, and the cheapest. So I don't know where all my lip glosses went. I usually do pretty good with keeping up with my Carmex, because with my lip gloss combo is a 2-word. I put my Carmex on first. That's number 1. Put my strawberry. I didn't even realize that. I put my Carmex on first, and then I put my sticky lip gloss on the top. So we make sure we're protecting and taking care of the lips underneath. Some people don't like Carmex, but it worked for my lips, so I don't care what other people like. Okay, so that's what I do. And for some reason, I do really well keeping up with my Carmex, but I always lose my sticky lip gloss, and I don't know why. But it has come. I got through all of my Carmex, so I didn't have any left, and then I lost both of my sticky lip glosses. So I got a new one. I got watermelon. You know what I'm saying? I got watermelon, so the lips won't be dry. You can't have a glow up with dry lips. It's winter time. You know what I'm saying? When it's winter, it just get real ashy and dry up in here. You know what I'm saying? That smells good. I like that. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I got all the ingredients for my hair mask. So I'm gonna be doing the Cardi B hair mask. I got the mayo, the eggs, the avocado, the coconut oil. I got all that stuff in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? And pretty sure I have to, do I wash my hair first? I think I don't know if I wash my hair first or if I put the mask in first, but I'm gonna wash my hair first and then put the mask in and let it sit for an hour. And then when I rinse the mask out, this is the trick, because it got egg in it. Anytime you do, I was doing my research, you know what I'm saying, because I told y'all in the glow ups I'm gonna focus on my natural hair. So all the girlies were saying, anytime you do something like that and it has eggs or any ingredients like that in it, when you rinse it out, you have to use cold water or it's gonna cook the egg. Your hair gonna smell, I know you lying, scratching up my furniture. Your hair is gonna smell like eggs if you wash your hair with hot water. You know, when you wash your hair, you want it to feel like so good. You want to feel that hot water in your scalp. Not when you're doing a mask that has eggs in it, because your hair will stink. So I'm gonna snatch the wig off. We gonna snatch the wig off. I already got my new wig hanging in the bathroom. I've already washed it, conditioned it. It just smells so good, so it's just hanging and waiting for me over there. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna snatch this wig off. I'm gonna take down my braids. That's number 1. Last glow up, I learned how to wash my hair, so I'm gonna take down my braids, detangle it, retwist it, wash it in the twists. Then I will put the little mask majiggy in, and we will put the shower cap on for an hour, and then we're gonna rinse that out. And then my mom's coming over, she's cooking breakfast, and she's gonna rebraid my hair for underneath this upcoming wig. So that's what we're gonna do for that. And I also have to update y'all. Like I told y'all, I'm trying to focus on finishing the books that I'm in the middle of, but a lot of books I've already downloaded on my Kindle. Not too much on me. I got rid of some books on my Kindle and I downloaded some new ones, but I'm really trying to focus on the ones that I'm close to being done with. Let's start from the beginning. I finished the book for my book club, which if you don't know, I have a book club on Fable called Our Island. This month we read I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me, and I was a little skeptical because, you know, I'm not a thriller girly, but I do like horror, I do like dark, I do like gruesome, and everyone was saying it was dark and gruesome, and the cover eats. So I was trying to see what it was about, and that's what won in the poll. That's what the Islanders chose, and baby, I loved it. I simply was eating it up. So basically, I gave this full point. I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.25. Like, it's a strong 4.25. Was leaning towards a 4.5. Like, it's a strong 4.25. Loved it. So let me tell y'all about this book. This book is basically following the main character. Her name is it Lore? I'm gonna call her Lore. I know it's something longer, but it's following the main character. Her name is Lore, and she is a black ballerina in Paris, and racism is heavy, and she does not feel appreciated. She does not feel acknowledged. She just knows she's busting her ass, and she's not getting the same opportunities as her counterpart. One of her best friends is the child of a very well-known ballerina, so she gets all the privileges. Well-known rich ballerina, so she gets all these privileges, and she's not that good of a ballerina. She's good, but she's not as good as her. So she's seeing this girl, you know, get all these opportunities and get penciled in because of who her mama is, and she don't like that, but she's, you know, rooting for her best friend. But she gets to the point where she like, all right, like, enough is enough. Like, I'm eat, breathe, living, shitting ballet, and I'm not getting any recognition. Y'all are trying to put me on a back burner. I'm not going for it just because I don't got no connections, and, you know, I come from a rough upbringing. She befriends the star ballerina because I believe all of them are students and they're working up to be like professional ballerinas. So she befriends this ballerina that is like the it girl right now. Everybody love her. She in all the ballets, whatever. They go out one night, and she's like, listen, the ballerina saw her dancing, and she was like, I know. She saw her dancing hard, and she was like, all right, sister, I know you're tired of killing yourself. Let me tell you a little secret. I made a deal with this dark lord, you know what I'm saying? And all I had to do was ask for luck. And when I asked for luck, all these doors started opening. She didn't tell her that outright, but eventually she got around to it. So she said, hey, let me show you to the catacombs. You know what I'm saying? Right there, the book would have ended for me. Because as soon as you mention catacombs, I'm not going nowhere where some dead people been at. Graveyards. I'm not doing that. Like, underground, cursed locations. Count me out. But she says, hey, let me take you to the catacombs. You know what I'm saying? This is underworld. Talk to the gods. You get in good with them. And we go from there. So she goes there, and she is hungry, child. She go there. Laura is hungry. So she go there. She begs the dark gods for the opportunity to get what she wants, and what she wants is like favor, or like the opportunity to be recognized, basically. And the gods love her because she is a little dark and twisted on the inside, so they just gravitate toward her, and they grant her this wish. They grant her the wish for 3 days or whatever, and that's where it all kicks off. So she makes this deal with the dark lords. There's other people that are also in the ballet that have made deals with this dark lord, and it just goes from there. And she just starts getting hungrier. She goes back to this river that's in the catacombs, and she asks the dark lords again, like, hey, I need more time, I need more power. I've been given an opportunity. They give her 3 months, but the more she asks for, the more they play on like her darkness and like her hunger, and it just gets so dark and twisted. But I loved it. I liked her as the main character. I felt her hunger, I felt her drive, and I liked the other characters as well. I have 2 gripes. Let me tell you 2 gripes I have. One, I listened to the audiobook and her demon voice was funny to me, child. Like, it was giving very much, who are you talking to? Like, it was giving very much that. But everything else, 8. All her other accents, 8. She's speaking French. She was like, you know, doing a good job with pretending to be the other characters, whatever. The voice actor was doing her thing, I ain't gonna lie. But the demon voice was cracking me up, truly. But that's my one gripe. And then the second one is, like, some of the characters felt like caricatures. I can't say that word, whatever. Caricatures where they just were very flat, but then, like, the main characters that were, like, in deals with the dark gods, they were way more fleshed out. The other ones just felt like prop-ups and they were just annoying. And those are really my only 2 gripes. Oh, and child, in the beginning, they was driving home how much she loved ballet. It was so descriptive. And one of the islanders commented and was like, hey, I'm about to DNF, cause bruh, they going too deep with the descriptions. I really don't care. And I was like, you know what, sister, you're right. Because I was getting a little fed up with the detailed descriptions of the ballet. I'm like, we get it, girl, but you love the ballet, okay? It was like that scene in Mean Girls where she's like, I can feel people get bored with me when I talk about Regina, but I just can't stop. That was literally like the first, like, beginning of the book where she just kept talking about ballet. She was really driving it home, and we were bored, and she just couldn't stop. But once you get past that and once you get to the darkness, that's when it get good. That's when it started eating. The writing, I wrote down some quotes. So let me tell y'all some of my notes. Let me tell y'all some of my notes. I said I can feel her hunger and I need a physical copy. And I did not lie there. I really do need a physical copy of this book because the cover eats and a lot of these quotes were really good. So I just need a physical copy on my shelf, simply. And then I also put that I put that Josephine was smart because she left a paper trail. Josephine was the girl that she originally had a conversation with, and things start going down, but this girl was documenting everything. She was doing research on the Dark Lords, doing research on the deal that she made, and she was documenting everything, child, in her little phone. She was like, hey, we gonna figure this out. So she was documenting everything because she was like, I'm a little skeptical about this. And Josephine was smart. I ain't gonna hold you. Josephine was smart. Oh, here go one of the quotes I put. It says, because we were both monsters of the Elysium. I think that's the name of the underworld. I don't know how to say it because I wasn't physically reading it. I was listening to it, but I put Elysium. And it says, we were both monsters of Elysium. We were both capable of hurting each other. He didn't truly know poison until he crossed my path. And that's another thing that ate. The romance in this book, it absolutely ate. It truly did. There's a main character, I think his name was like or something like that. Something with an A, child. I don't know. Don't make me lie. So he also made a deal with the Dark Lord, and he's a painter. And he's known for making these beautiful... making these beautiful paintings, and he started getting obsessed with these paintings, getting obsessed with making things beautiful, and he asked to also be made beautiful, and his wish was granted. And then he asked to be able to make other things beautiful, but like I said, when they grant these wishes, they take something from you. So they gave him this, but the more he used his power, he started turning into this dark monster. And I think only the people that make the deals with the gods can see the dark monsters. And he turned into this poisonous being where, like, no one can touch him. He's beautiful, gorgeous man, okay? But no one can touch him. No one can touch him. He's, like, very poisonous, and he, like, sprouts flowers. Y'all know I love flowers, and I love... It's something about, I'm pretty sure he was black, but it's something about black boys with flowers. I just love that concept. I just love it. I eat it up every time. Like, every time I see paintings with it, it's like my favorite thing. I love flowers. My boyfriend always fills this house with flowers because it just makes me so happy. So to have a main character who is a soft boy that paints and is a dark monster that's poisonous and sprouts flowers, I was eating it up. Simply put, I was eating it up. But she could see his dark form, and they both were dark, though. That was a thing. Neither one of them were like, he was a little bit, you know, he was a little bit gentler, but he had that hunger to where it turned him into something else. and she could see the monster that he had became, and he could see the monster she became, and they liked it. They liked each other's darkness, and they just thrived off of it, and the romance just ate. It was just eating, and I just loved his backstory. I want to know more about him. Honestly, he needs his own book because his whole story was very interesting to me. Honestly, I was eating it up. Okay, there was some really good quotes, like between them. There was another quote where she said, "What if I wanted to be a god? Would you pray to me?" Hello? Hello. And then another one where she said, "Maybe I don't want to be good. Maybe I'm tired of being perfect, polished, and pretty all the time. I want to be messy. I want to make a mess of everything. I was so sick and tired of order. Maybe I just wanted to be enough." And he said, "You are." It was eating. It was eating. It was just all their scenes together. I was just like, I need a whole book of their romance. A girl that is hungry and driven and willing to sacrifice anything and make deals with dark gods to be a successful dancer, and a boy who wanted to make everything around him beautiful, and it cost him to end up being a literal poison, like basically like he like a poisonous plant. Like can't nobody touch him without being poisoned, essentially. Like that romance would eat so bad. I need her to write a spinoff because their romance would eat down. Like their scenes together, their chemistry, it was just eating. But I also really just loved the main character. Like she was so hungry, and when she made that deal with the dark gods, bruh, I was eating it up because you could feel her drive. And this video is coming out after the sleepover video. Ninth house, take notes. Ninth house needs to take notes, whore, because this is how you get it done. This is how you show a dark underworld and somebody that is driven and hungry and came from nothing. She blew it out the park. I'm really baffled by the low ratings. I'm truly baffled. I don't understand, because I was live, laugh, loving. I was having a great time. I loved the darkness that was brought forward. The beginning was a little rough, I ain't gonna hold you, but once she made that deal with the dark gods, it was all uphill from there, and uphill in a good way. Like uphill in a car. Like you ain't walking up the hill. It's like a smooth sail. You know what I'm saying? It was truly phenomenal. Oh, here's another quote. "No matter how much the river guided me, it gave me the knife and I drove it in." She was not playing games. She said, "Oh, you said ballet? I thought you said beat down." She was knocking heads off left and right. Like she was hungry and she was not giving a damn. Like she was like, I don't care who I gotta knock down, I'm getting to the top. Y'all done played in my face enough. I know I'm the baddest ballerina up in here, and y'all done played with me enough. Like this book truly ate. I really enjoyed it. I finished it way earlier than I was supposed to, but you know what, that actually is good, because I'm in the middle of way too many books and the holidays are coming up. We need to wrap these bad boys up, okay? I'm also, child, I was cracking down on the Orc Prince, so I'm currently 61%. Yeah, that's right. Talk to me nice. 61% into the Orc Prince, and it's starting to, I'm not gonna say it's getting good, but I did drag it a little bit. I might have dragged the book a little bit in my last video, but I told y'all I was only 30% in, and I was like, maybe it'll get better. The sex scenes did get way better. Like, maybe she just was off to a rocky start because it was the first one in the book. I don't know. But he has now come up with a nickname for her, which I said I feel like I would like more, and he calls her Dove. She's still calling him Orc, which aggravates the hell out of me, but he calls her Dove, and that is just so great. And he's building things for her. Any romance book or fantasy romance book that has like monsters or whatever, what is it called, like monster romance, fantasy romance, whatever, and they build something from scratch, when they're building houses, beach houses, a bathtub, and out, any man that is in a romance book, especially fantasy romance, and they building something from scratch for their girl, best believe I'm eating it up. Best believe I'm eating it up every time. Like, this man building her a tub and all this stuff because she almost drowned the first time he met her. He said, I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to give you what you want, and I'm going to keep you safe. Building. And I think it was one of Kimberly Lemming's books where he built her like a beach house. Yes. More men need to start closing their mouths and picking up toolboxes. Close your lips. You should be building something. You shouldn't even be talking to me unless you're building me something. Like, build me a bookshelf, build me a beach house, build a house. You talking too much. Put the podcast mics down and go build something. So they do that in fantasy books, and I eat it up every time. Like I said, the sex scenes are getting better. He gave her a nickname. La 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 la. What else? Yeah. When they got down, because I told y'all he was kind of dragging it, where he was like, you're not ready for me, I'm too big, da 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 da. And she was like, oh yeah, try me. He finally did try her, and my girl was simply limping the next day. It was bad for her. She was limping the next day, but you know what? She took like a soldier, so I respected her more because of that. What are you doing? So currently there's been a conflict. Currently there is a conflict in the Orc Prince, and he's trying to make, you know, protect her. We have a trope in here. I don't know if I want to say what it is, because I like tropes that are surprises to be surprises. So I'm not going to tell y'all what the trope is, but we have a trope in here that I thought I hated, but you know what? I like it. I like it. I'm liking it. I ain't gonna hold you. And once I finish it, if y'all want me to go into details about what the trope actually is, and I will. But I'm eating it up. I'm enjoying it. It's just something simple. Like, it don't have to be something that's the best literature to ever hit my Kindle, but I am enjoying it. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like I'm about to run out of time. I've been talking for so damn long. Okay, so yeah, Orc Prince is going better. I feel like tomorrow, because tonight I'm gonna focus on editing this video for y'all this week, and tomorrow I'm waking up early. I'm gonna take my hair down, wash it, put the mask in, do all the things tomorrow. And the best thing about this girl right here, when I'm taking down my hair and I'm doing stuff with my hair, I can read at the same time. That's why everybody loves Kindles, because I don't have to flip pages. I don't have to hold nothing. I can just prop this thing up and I can read. So I plan on reading more of the Orc Prince tomorrow, and then I'll focus on Eric LaRocca's book, and then I have Kennedy Ryan's book as well that I want to get into. I have 5 days off. It's time to run it up, okay? It's time to run it up. And I downloaded a lot of new books. One of the TikTok girlies said to download Capturing the King of Flames, and she was raving about Lola Glass books. So I downloaded 2 of Lola Glass's books, and I downloaded a Jasmine Eve book called The Shadow Beast Shifter. I'm just feeling very like monster romance vibes right now. So I downloaded like 3 monster romance books and a Christmas book. Excuse you. So that's what we have going on in the Kindle. Those are all the updates. That's what I'm doing with my hair, all that. I think that's it. I've been talking for like 30 minutes. My God. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some editing done, and I will see you guys in the next clip, okay? Bye. Little shoulder action. Alright. So the hair is down. It's just getting so full. I think I should trim it. Okay. I know a lot of the natural girls say when you wash your hair or when you get your hair done, you should trim it each time because it helps with the growth. And one thing about me, I don't give a damn about cutting my hair. Like, as long as I'm in control of it and it's not like a surprise, I'm cool with it. So I'm gonna see if my mom can trim my hair before she braids it. But the hair is taken down, and every time I take my hair down, I just think about my dad. I just think about my dad because his mother is Puerto Rican, but we didn't get any of her I don't know, you better get your Levi is always in trouble, like, bro. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, she's Puerto Rican, but we didn't get her hair. Like, my dad is the Kickstarter of the very thick, nappy, kinky, coily hair. Even my mom, like, cause all the cards were aligned for me, but like, even my mom, like, her hair is really thin, it's really fine, it's really curly. I don't even have her hair. I just went straight to dad, like straight to my father. Like there was no hope. But you know what? I love my hair. I love how thick it is, and I just love the fullness of it. So you know what? Honestly, we were meant to be. We were simply meant to be. But yeah, the hair is taken down. I'm about to separate it. That fofo. I'm about to. All right. So I'm going to separate it, twist it, and then we'll wash it, and then I'll make the conditioner, and then we'll let the conditioner sit for an hour, and then let it dry until my mom gets here while I clean this godforsaken house. Last night I washed the dishes though. I did the thing I at least wanted to do first. I did that last night. So that's at least out the way. Everything else is just going to be tidying up basically. Oh, and look at this. Shrinkage is so funny because like I got hang time. Like my hair, I be wanting to just straighten it, but then I just think about heat damage and I just completely change my mind. Like completely. Like never mind, actually never mind. Let me go tackle this head before it starts getting too tight. Then it's gonna be no turning back for real. I'm going to see you guys in the next clip, okay? Bye.
Ain't changed, I stay the same and maintain it. Safe to say the kid get older. Forever gang, I'm never switching over. Made a lane, can't get over. I can't mess with rappers, they be bogus. Rather get the pack and keep it open. Big dripper stand up in the ocean. Everybody trapping, we get lost. He ain't focused yet, but he ain't got motion. Made a half a ticket, not promotion. Shout out Sushi Sweet and keep me rolling. But if we get the op, we gotta slow. Ride around with Drake, like we OVO. I got some rats and I want some. Still got a pass in the hood, call it give and go. People ain't in a figure four. Let me when I want, I just come and go. Man, these drinking too deep for these skinny clothes. I might put me in him in some picture boat. They look bright, this nigga start getting low. I spent time on the roots on the Lambo and didn't even know how to move them motherfuckers go. On my birthday, I just wanna lift the dough. 30 people don't play with me, period. You just follow behind the years. In the road, I feel like a tourist. I'm the one from the bottom who sold out my partner. The promise is out the period. Oh, he ain't up. I'm rising on gunner bus. He can't put on that trip, he ain't one of us. How you riding the Benz in a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. They my last, I'm no walking up. Count the money up, feel like I'm typing some. I'm the type to get active and never run. Hit the rules, my ain't scared of none. Ain't no rules, you got rats, you can get it done. On a light day, I keep me 100 bucks. We can hit after he call me very fun. For the Christmas, I brought everybody. Lost and choppers and infants for everyone. Take the roof out the collar, the for the sun. I'm gonna see his pop up 5,000 money. Got the bitch off the collar, she suck it and swallow. I stick it and she feel it in a gut. Nigga don't run for my problems, we second up wallow and swallow. I'm trying to get it mega book. See them drip with the nigga, best watch your stuff. This top shop, got 40 designer belts. OPF, look like the new BMW. They gon' dump, got clothes in my right or left. And you drink up the car, ain't no key in there. Just put lost in they pocket, get out of there. They gon' have a hard time finding what to wear. Treat it like a tire, I keep a spell. On the stuff because I'm warring. Check the checks, I'm counting more face. Got swelling, smoothie, and a prison. Punish 50, fighting, Richard Mello. But they got me to his empty. Look, cause I'm spitting flavor to his empty. I am not a killer, but I'm telling you, I'm spending rate 5,000 to a 50. Oh, he ain't up. I specialize on gunner bus. He can't put on that trip, he ain't one of us. How you riding the Benz in a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with
Hey. Oh, why we zoomed in, Joe? Let's go ahead and zoom on out. Alright. Okay, y'all. The twist is in. It's just giving very full. It's just giving very healthy. It's giving very thick. Like, what can I say? Like, what can I say? I love my hair. Like, that's all I'm gonna say is I love my hair. Now, the hair is detangled and twisted. So as we learned in the last glow up, it is now time to wash it with the twists in. But this time I'm gonna wash it with the wash and condition it with a twist in, and then I'll make the mask. I got all the ingredients. Make the mask, and then we'll put the mask into each twist and retwist it. So this washing may take a little bit longer than it did last time, but it's gonna be worth it because we're gonna treat this hair. Like I said, my mom's coming over later. She's gonna braid my hair, but before she braids it, I'm gonna see if she'll just trim it. So we're just trying to work on length well, the year almost over, but we're trying to work on length right now. Currently we're trying to work on length. So length and health is the biggest focus. So I did read probably like 25 minutes of the Orc Prince. So now I think I have 2 hours and 20 minutes left in the book. So I'll definitely be able to finish that today. And then I'm gonna focus on Eric LaRocca's book, and then I think I'm gonna focus on maybe Kennedy Ryan's book or one of the other Kindle books that I downloaded, because like I said, I'm in a shapeshifter fantasy romance mood. So we'll see how I'm feeling after all of this is done. Okay, so I'll see y'all in the next clip, which will be making the mask. Okay, so oh, it's a little bit dark. Okay, so I'm watching the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague, and this is it. Wait, why is it so damn dark? This is everything we need for the mask. So we got banana, 2 eggs, avocado, olive oil, honey, mayonnaise, castor oil, and coconut oil. So I'm gonna mix all this together in this bowl, and then I'm gonna put it in a blender so it's more mask like, and then I'm gonna put it in my hair. And when I wash it, I'm gonna make sure I wash it with cold water, because I don't want my hair smelling like this. Okay? Okay, y'all, here's the mask. It actually smells really, really good. So it's looking very smooth. It's looking very smooth. I have all the ingredients in here. So now I'm just gonna put it in my hair before it gets too dry. Then we're gonna let it sit. Here we are, y'all. It's looking real, I don't know, it looks real smooth. It looks real smooth, so let's get to it. I just put some in my hair. I think my hair really likes it. All the curls are starting to come out. Okay. So I think my hair really likes it. Cause look at that. My hair likes it. Yeah, my hair seems to like it. It's looking, yeah, my hair likes it, I think. I'm gonna put a little bit more. I wish I had gloves, but I'm putting a lot in here because I have a lot left. And I'm just gonna retwist it. Okay, my hair likes it. She likes it. All right. Yeah, I really wish I had gloves, but it's okay. I don't mind my hands getting a little messy. And it still smells good. So, it's all good. It's all good. Okay. All right. One down. Okay, y'all, it's Thanksgiving. Y'all see that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mac and cheese. Okay? Now this is how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to be cheesy on the inside. Okay? See that? That's how it's supposed to look. You see that? Yeah. Oh. Okay. This is mac and cheese, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay? Look at that. Yeah. Okay, Island. I'm making these seafood baked potatoes. So we got the lobster. They shouldn't have gave black people air fryers because I just cooked this in the air fryer, and you know what? That only took like 5 minutes. So yeah, I will be cooking my seafood in the air fryer. Come at me. I got the potatoes. I got all the ingredients. So basically what I'm gonna do is bake the potatoes, then we gonna scoop out the filling, make the filling nice and creamy, and then we're gonna put it back in the potato. That's what's gonna happen here. Everything else is done. We made deviled eggs, cookies, I made my mac and cheese, and I'm making this. So we're just bringing a whole bunch of sides. My boyfriend's grandmother is the one that's actually cooking, so we're just bringing a whole bunch of other stuff. And look what I found at Aldi's, child. Turkey stuffing chips. Isn't that cool? Talk some damn gobble gobble on the side. That is too funny to me. So I got that, and they got garlic mashed potato chips. Yeah. I grabbed those because I figured this is only seasonal. I thought that was pretty funny. So got that. Got the recipe ready. All the ingredients is out. Hopefully this comes out good. Fingers crossed, y'all. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving to the island, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, happy holidays. I know everybody don't celebrate, but we about to grub on down. Been cooking all morning. But I want to show y'all what my mama got me, and oh, the wig has been installed, you know what I'm saying? It's giving bitty bitty bomb bomb. You know what I'm saying? Got the Thanksgiving fit. The back is cute. It got little ribbons. Very cute. And my mom came by yesterday because she's not feeling well, so she's not gonna be with us. But she came by and gave me this big ass this big balloon. So I thought it was really cute, and she got me a little gift bag. She always giving me gifts, but she got me this. It's a gingerbread train kit, so it's like, I guess, like, you know, you do the little decoration thing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all can't even see. Oh, there we go. Now y'all can see. It's like a little gingerbread train. Do that. She got me peeps. She always give me peeps. I love peeps. She got me peeps, the Christmas theme ones. She got me wine glasses. I already used one of them, but she got me Christmas wine glasses. She got me this little necklace that lights up. Oh, she got me chocolate. Oh, I'm about to eat that right now. She got me this little chocolate egg. She got me these cute little socks, gingerbread socks. And she got me this Christmas Pez kit. Very adorable. But I have cooked the things I'm supposed to bring. I made cookies. I made, well, my boyfriend, he did most of it, but he did the deviled eggs. We made deviled eggs, which came out fire. And I made my mac and cheese, you know what I'm saying? I made my mac and cheese. Made my mac and cheese. I tried a new recipe, which is like stuffed seafood baked potatoes. I wish I had a little bit more seafood, but overall it came out really good. Everything came out good. The hair looking good, I'm looking good, the food looking good. Mac and cheese came out fire. Like, I don't have to ever worry about that. That's always a given. So mac and cheese came out good. I tried to read a little bit today, child. It was not happening. I read like maybe like 20 more minutes of the book, so I still have an hour and a half left until I finish the Orc Prince. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in that book right now, child. So I'm trying to finish it, update y'all. I still want to finish Eric LaRocca's book, and then I can, you know, lean over into a different book. I don't know which one I'm going to pick up next, but I just want to show y'all how everything came together. You know what I'm saying? Very cute. But I hope everybody's enjoying. Their holidays. Hope everybody is enjoying their break. I got like the next 5 days off, so I'm about to live it up. Okay? But just wanted to update y'all. So I will see y'all in the next clip. Bye. What's up, y'all? Okay. So I finished 2 books since the last time I talked to y'all. Don't get excited. They're novellas and they're books that I have been reading for 600 years. So, and not too much to celebrate there, but it's okay because I still finished them. And it's interesting because right now my Goodreads book count is 100. I think I'm at 130 books, and not too many are standing out to me. It's a few books that I remember that I felt like were really memorable, but honestly this year was like, I didn't really have too many bangers, and I'm just like, damn, like, what is going on? But the 2 books that I finished is, one, finally finished the Orc Prince. I really don't have much to say on that. Look at this little thing my mom got me. It's a little Pez. It's a Christmas tree Pez container. So yeah, I don't really have too much to say on the Orc Prince. It was a whole bunch of conflict towards the end of the book, and it did get better. The whole fake how do you open this? The whole fake cursing thing did subside eventually, but it was just okay to me. There wasn't really much that would make me obsessed with it. Like a Kimberly Lemon book, those series had me obsessed, but this was just, it was just okay. It was really just mid. If I could describe it, I would just say it was mid. I still would recommend it to people that like fantasy romance or like monster romance or whatever, because it might, you know, it might be your yum. It wasn't a yuck for me, but it just wasn't anything memorable either. I have no idea how to open this. What I'm talking about. Yeah, nothing memorable, but I do want to say something. I don't really like when books kind of make the villain... I don't like when the books make the villains like husband, like a DL, somebody that's on the DL, someone that is secretly gay and sleeping with another man, and that's why their marriage is failing. I don't like books like that. I really just, that whole storyline of like the DL man, I just don't care for it, because I just feel like someone could be a villain without them being on the down low. You know what I'm saying? She could have painted this king as a terrible person without making him sleep with who was it, his guard or something like that, and she just made him like this nasty person, but then it also was tied into like his sexuality, and I don't like that. I really just don't like that storyline. I don't care for it. I don't like it in movies. I don't like it at all, because I just feel like you can make someone a villain without making them gay or making them tying their sexuality into it, because a lot of the things that were happening that were villainous or gut-wrenching or whatever, it was tied to his sexuality, and I just don't like that. I simply don't care for that. I really don't, because I don't like that. I just think it's ridiculous. Just like I feel like you should be able to make someone a villain and make them racist without saying the N-word. You don't need to pepper the N-word all throughout your page to depict this character as a bad person or as a racist. You can get that point across just by their character and by their demeanor. It's not difficult. And I just, yeah, that, and then I also don't like when all the villains are fat. It's just like, all right, you know, it's just certain things like that. I just be like, okay, but I know it's a KU book. I wasn't looking for like a masterpiece or whatever, but it really just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I was hoping it was going to be something I was going to be obsessed with, because the ratings were really good. And it's by a black author. I love the cover, so I was really hoping for a Kimberly Lemming moment, but that's simply not what happened. But that's okay, because maybe her future works will be better. I'm not going to completely dismiss her. So there's that. That's done. I honestly think I would give it like a 2.75, but I'm going to round it up to a 3 because it's so close. It just was fine. And then I also finished, I think it's called We Can Never Leave This Place, I'm pretty sure, by Eric LaRocca. And my God, I don't know what I just read, because I like books that tie in, I don't know what it's called, but it's like books like I'll Give You the Sun, where it's like, oh, he threw up black paint, but he didn't really throw up black paint. It's to describe an emotion or something like that. Like, I like books that do that, where it's like, oh, you're calling a character a lizard, or you're calling them a spider or whatever, but it's not, they're not actual spiders, or they're not actual insects, they're actual people, but this is the way that they're viewed in the story based off of their demeanor. I like things like that. And Eric LaRocca had a short story in his last book that I read, which was don't get me to lie, Let me go look. The trees grew because I bled there. So in one of his short stories in that book, there was a story about a mistress that got pregnant by the guy that she was sleeping with, and in that story she was like giving him body parts. She was like, oh, I've given you my heart, I've given you my eyes, I've given you this, I've given you that, but she hasn't really done that. I like books that are described like that because it just draws out more emotion, and it really helps you understand how much the characters are sacrificing, or it helps you understand what type of characters are around them. Like if you call someone a spider, to me the first thing I think about is a Nazi, and he was low down grimy, okay? And anytime I think of a spider or a snake or whatever, those are like, you know, grimy characteristics. So if you use someone's nickname or compare them or depict them as a snake in a book or a spider in a book, I feel like it's a good depiction, and I like things like that. But my we can never leave this place. I don't know what the hell I read. I feel like it was a whirlwind of a book. Like there was so many things going on, and I really don't even know how to explain it to y'all. Like it kind of was just, it was a book that was following a main character that I think was in like a war zone or something, and her family was hiding, but there also was a lot of craziness going on in her own household, and her father passed away and her mother was keeping the body. And I thought that it was going to turn into depicting grief and depicting not letting things go and stuff like that. I thought the story was going to tie itself into that and show how like she won't let this body go, but then a whole bunch of other stuff started happening. Other characters started showing up, and there was a character showed up in the entire story. He was described as a spider, which I thought was cool, but and it just got crazy. Like it really just felt like I don't even know what the hell I read. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know what type of story it is. It's one of them books where I'm gonna have to look up someone breaking down what it meant, because I have my own idea of what I was supposed to take from the story, but it's certain twists and things that were happening. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, especially I got the 82% mark and I was like, huh? Like once I found out who her father was, I was like, what? Like what is going on? It just got a little bit crazy. But I don't really know what I was supposed to take away from it, because I felt like maybe it was a depicting an abusive relationship, but I don't really understand. Like I don't know. I really don't know what I was supposed to take from that story, but it's done. I no longer have it on my currently reading. I'm really trying to wrap up all these books because, baby, we were coming to the end of the year. And I'm in the middle of so many books and I need to simply get it together. Like, it's going to end up being a 24-hour readathon somewhere in here because all these books I'm in the middle of, we need to wrap it up immediately. It's getting ridiculous. But I finished that, and I think the next two books I'm going to focus on is this, or Kennedy Ryan's book, which is This Could Be Us, and Obsidian Feathers. I think I'm going to alternate between those two, but then I'm also going to start reading for, well, y'all don't even know that. I'm going to also start reading from another author for next week's vlog, but for the next two books I'm going to focus on for this vlog will be This Could Be Us and Obsidian Feathers. So I don't think I'm going to finish either one of them, but I'm going to alternate between the two. So the next thing we'll be doing for this glow up is getting these extendos back. Like, my nail tech was on vacation, she was gone, and all the days she had like 3 appointments available, and they were all on days I was working. I was like, don't even worry about it. So she's back from her vacation. It's holidays are coming up, whatever. I'm not really doing holiday nails. The nails that I like the most are spooky season nails. Anything after that, we just keeping it simple, okay? So I don't really know what I'm getting. I'm just letting her do her own thing and get the nails done. I still need to get my eyebrows done, and I still need to get a pedicure. So that's like the last few things we need to do, and during that time I will be reading. So this hair just looks so good. I really like the curly look. I wanted something big because I felt like I was doing a lot of like flat hair looks, and it's been a while since I've done something curly. I low-key wanted it to be even longer. I wanted it to be like maybe like 3-4 inches longer, but overall it came out cute. It's a cute little moment, something light, something, you know. It's cute. It's cute. It's fine. So I'm gonna get dressed because I'm actually about to go somewhere with my boyfriend, which I will see in next week's vlog because he asked me to film it. But I'm not going to put it in this vlog because I feel like this vlog is already going to be really long. But I just wanted to update you guys. I'm going to focus on the next 2 books. And that's it, okay? So I will see you in the next clip, okay? Bye. What's the sunlight? The sun... I'm like, what's the sunlight looking like? It's looking... I don't know what the lighting is looking like because I took my glasses off. But okay, Little Island, we are at our nail appointment. Thank the Lord in heavens above. Like I told y'all, my nail tech was on vacation. She didn't have any appointments available but like 3, and they filled quickly, and they were on days that I had to work. Today is also a day that I have to work, but I can make this one. I can make this one, okay? So I'm currently reading, because I'm like 20 minutes early, so I'm currently reading Obsidian Feathers finally, and so far I think I'm almost 10% in, so I'm not too far into it. I'm trying to read more of it today, but because I have another appointment, you know, we're gonna get to talking. I doubt I'm gonna have much reading done, but I did start it, so that's the book that I'm focusing on right now. I will see you guys in the next clip, and hopefully I get more read before I close this video out, because I know you guys wanted me to read this, okay? See you in the next clip, y'all. Bye.
Look at her. Look at the woman, man. Look at her. That ain't my girl. That's mine. Catch me out on Ocean Drive with her. Hey. Catch me in the whip, ride with her. Hey. Sipping something, bumping big, hypnotized with her. Pray you get that job in Tampa. That's only 4 hours away. Take a car, take a plane, baby, whichever is faster. Oh, whichever one is in the hassle. Oh, damn, yeah, man. Oh, never knew, no, I never knew that you be a freak and a friend too. Yeah, you into everything I'm into. Oh, I got something that I could lend you. Oh, a piece of mind, baby. Come and get a piece of mind. Yeah. Say you gotta work from 3 to 9. Oh, I get you home by a decent time. Wait, your bed, you can sleep in mine. Yeah, let's make it happen, girl. I need some time. Speaking of time, who stopped it? That's the feeling that I get when we lock lips. I got the weed at the crib and the liquor too. I f your soul, I release in your spiritual. I be your muse, bring your easel and pencils too. Here you go, you try and tease with them pictures. You could ride on me just like you ride the elliptical. She said I'm trying to keep it tight for my nigga. Girl, I like your last nigga, all I need is mental. You know I'll work you out, get you right with your physical. Always just another interlude. Asking all them questions, girl, you know I don't do interviews. It's pitiful that when I'm with them other bitches, I pretend it's you. Oh, you work at Kohl's, you in dental school. Wife and now you folding clothes, cooking dinner too. Young Tiller, girl, I'm known as Pink Griffey too. It's only right that I swing by and hit it too. First base, second base, third base. I'm trying to get you in your birthday. Oh, I know these other niggas thirsty, but please never entertain them, cause that would hurt me, you feel me? Feel me? Yeah. I know you feel me. Oh, I know you feel me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do y'all want? Can I help you? Okay. No one, you were not a part of this clip. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Right. Tell me more. Tell me more. You like my toes? He smells my lotion. You like my toes, Poppins? Do you approve? Is the pedicure kitten approved? What do you think, Poppins? What do you think? Pedicure is kitten approved. Okay. What are you doing, Poppins? I know. What else? Okay. What about you? Okay. Jinx wants your pets. All right, little island, I am just here to close out the vlog. This is the end of the glow up, and I want to give y'all an update on Obsidian Feathers because I got 23% into it, which is a good little chunk. This is a thick book. I think it's like 400 or 500 pages. So yeah, 23% into that. So let's see. We got our, oh, I got my eyebrows done. Yeah. The brows are looking good. Got my eyebrows done. We got the new wig. We got the nails. I just got simple. Like, my nails are pretty simple, if y'all can see. I didn't really take pictures or really get to show y'all what they looked like, but I got simple nails. I got a little some icicles going on, some pink snowflakes, French with a little design. Yeah, we just did a little something a little simple, something a little Christmas themed for the extendos making their appearance back now that my nail tech is back. Let's see, so we got the nails done, we got a pedicure. Finally, it's been 600 years since I got a pedicure. I finally found somewhere that's close to me and doesn't charge $600 to get a pedicure. Okay, and they did a pretty good job. It's nice to have the white toes back. We celebrated Thanksgiving together. We did a lot of things in this vlog, and I finished 2 books, and I started a book that I've been talking to y'all about for 600 years. So Obsidian Feathers, child. What the hell is going on? Okay, I'm gonna say this. I was not enjoying it. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was not liking this book. As I was reading it, I was like, am I gonna DNF this? Cause it was cause y'all know I'm not a DNFer. I think I've only DNF'd like maybe 2 books because I just always wonder, will this be a favorite? Will I like it in the end? And a lot of the books that I gave the chance, I ended up loving. Some of them I didn't, but for the most part, some books that I was teetering the fence with, later on if I finished it, I did really enjoy it. The only book that I strongly DNF'd was a classic book that I read because I just didn't like the writing style and the font was extremely small and I just didn't give a damn about the story. But this one, it was doing some things that I really just don't like. Okay, but let's give a synopsis of the book. So this book is following the main character. Her name is, I think her English name is Angelica, and her Spanish name is Xochitl. I think it's Xochitl. Is that how you say it? Xochitl? Xochitl. Xochitl? I'm saying it with a Korean accent. Xochitl. It's like a Mexican name. So following the main character, her name is Xochitl, and she is basically being run by her family. Get your ass. She is basically being ran by her family. So her mother is in control of her finances, of her medical situations, of her love life, of basically everything in order for her to advance in their little social group. So she's dating someone who's well off and they've been together for 4 years. His name is Shane. She does not like him. He does not know who she is. She does not really understand him or know who he is. It's just a forced relationship. It's like a business agreement basically. So his name is Shane. He proposed to her through a text message, child, and it was terrible. He proposed to her through a text message, and then she was sent to, where did she go? Is it El Salvador? Ooh, I think she's in El Salvador. So she was sent away in order to be a translator shortly after her proposal, whatever that was. She was sent away to be a translator for a business opportunity that they were having in a different country because her Spanish is pretty good. So she went there to help with the business. They're building like a hotel or something like that. I don't know. So she went over there, and the hotel is owned by a childhood friend, but for some reason she does not remember this man. Like, she doesn't remember him. His best friend's name is Javier. She also grew up around him, and she doesn't remember any of them. She doesn't remember anything that they share together, all their memories, whatever, but he remembers her. And as children, you know, when kids do the little, oh, let's get married, whatever, let's have a wedding ceremony, something cute with little kids do, you know, fake marriages, whatever. Except he tricked her into this fake marriage, something cute that kids do, when it really was like a real marriage given his heritage and given his culture. So I didn't really like that, but I digress. I'm giving a synopsis. So they got fake married, and since that ceremony when they were like between like 10 to 13, I can't remember the age exactly, they have been bonded mates, but it has to be complete by certain acts as adults. So he has to wait until they become of age and then, you know, seal the bond. But as of right now, they're fated. As of right now, they're mates slash married, and they've been married for like 20 years. She doesn't even know this, but he knows, and he knows how his culture is, how his heritage is, and technically they're married. She don't remember him, she don't know this, but she has this connection to this wolf-like person. Like, he always flashes in her mind, his smell is always like near her, whatever. Like, anytime she's like feeling bad or feeling upset, she always sees this guy. So they're connected in a way. She doesn't know why, she doesn't remember him. He's actually the hotel owner, and he has coerced, girl, get your up my blinds. Lord have mercy, these animals have been showing their asses this whole weekend. Anyway, so he has coerced certain situations in order to be near her. So he's like forcing his way into being around her, like coincidentally meeting her for the first time on the beach. Coincidentally, his best friend is the driver that picked her up from the airport. He's done all these things in order to be near her or whatever, so he can get a chance to consummate their marriage. Let's go by that. Consummate their marriage. So the first time she sees him is when she's walking on the beach. She's feeling very distraught. She's feeling overwhelmed because she's about to be forced into this marriage she don't want to be in, and she's just very upset. And now she's finally has a little getaway, and she just, with her thoughts, walking on the beach, she runs into this guy. A bird shits on her. We all know that's technically good luck, and she has this very strong connection to him. She don't know why. So boom, ever since then he keeps popping up or whatever. She's doing the business, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever. So that's the basis of the book. My issues, I was having a lot of issues with this. Number one, the writing is a little bit cringy. Like, it's a little bit cringy. I'm not gonna hold you. The writing, I was not enjoying the writing style. I was like, okay, wow, okay, this is the thing, this is the book. So wasn't loving the writing style. I also don't like how he tricked her into a marriage. Like, if you knew culturally this is how you would be bonded to someone without having their consent, obviously having their consent as a child is not the same thing as like them being knowledgeable of what this entitles, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that. And granted, they were kids or whatever, but I don't like that that's how they ended up being mated. I also don't really like how they met, because it wasn't like a slow burn. It wasn't like, he was like pining and yearning for her, but it felt like obsessive and like stalker-ish, and I don't like the stalker-ish vibes in romance books. It makes me uncomfortable, and I'm just like, bro, just go talk to her. Like, you lurking around and making sure she conveniently y'all conveniently running into each other, or, you know, I don't like the stalker-ish vibes in romance books, and he's just giving me stalker-ish vibes in romance books. I also don't really like her character, because as y'all know, I prefer romance books or female main characters that are a little bit more sassy, have a little bit more attitude, you know what I'm saying? And I like the boy to be sweet. I don't mind a little rough around the edges male love interest. As far as the females are concerned, I don't like when they're like meek and quiet and sheltered and, you know, beat down and battered and just like struggling with like whatever. I don't like being in their heads, because it just is exhausting, and they usually don't get confidence until the end of the book, or until their love interest tells them how beautiful they are, which is also annoying as hell to me. I like a strong, confident girl with a little bit of attitude. Like, everyone has their insecurities, everyone has their struggles, understandable, but I don't like being in their head. If that's the female main character, I don't like being in their head. It's not fun for me. I'll tell y'all things that I do like, but I'll tell you something, the last thing I don't like. I don't like the fact that everything just happened too abruptly. Like, they met each other and they had this strong sexual tension, and then all of a sudden he's like kidnapping her and she tied up on the bed. Like, how did we get here? We skipped like 15 steps to get to this point. I'm not quite understanding. My girl's over here tied up in the bed. She don't know this man, and he is like shifting into this like werewolf thing or whatever. The thing that killed me, where it was almost a DNF, I don't like when they're shape-shifting romances and they stay in the form of the animal. That's weird. Like, where are we going with this? Like, it's giving bestiality, whatever the hell it's called, bestiality. I ain't going for that. I don't want to read about her having sex with a dog, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Well, where are we? Like, no. Like, if he's in a wolf form or a dog form or any type of beast, wrap it up. Like, wrap it the fuck up. Especially if she's not a shifter herself. She's 100% human. Like, and he got her tied up. If a man found you, tied you up, without your knowledge, you woke up in his room, tied your ass up, and then shifted into a wolf, you mean to tell me the first thing you would not be doing is swinging? You should be throwing bows. It should be knuck if you buck. Come in the club, shaking my dreads, throwing these bows and busting these heads. Like, the theme song should be knuck if you buck. If somebody start tying you up and shifting to a damn wolf, come in the club, shaking my dreads, throwing these bows and busting these heads. Knuck If You Buck need to start playing, because she should have been running for her life, but she simply was just so attracted to him. They were so connected, whatever. He's talking all sexual, whatever, to her while he's still in the wolf form. Thank you, baby. While he's still in the wolf form. I was like, okay, this is new. So, ooh, yeah. Oh, you got me Seagrams. Canada Dry is the superior ginger ale. Let me just say that. So anyway, he started talking to her, whatever, dirty talking, all this stuff, while he's still in this wolf form. I wasn't feeling that. And it was like going as far as like very sexual when he's still in this form. It was just weird to me. Like, I hate gullible main characters. I hate characters that just be going with the flow. Your hackles should be rised, sister. Your hackles should be rised. Like, I don't know what about the situation doesn't scare the shit out of you, but I don't understand it. Okay? I don't understand. So it was almost a DNF, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I know y'all really wanted me to read this book. It has a lot of things in it that y'all thought that I would like, but I don't know. That scene, that whole scene, I really wasn't feeling, and I just felt like it should have been more of a slow burn and more of like him getting to know who she is as an adult now that he hasn't seen her or really been around her like that for like 20 years. I feel like they should have had more of a connection. Like, we just went straight into kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? And it just was very odd. That whole scene to me was weird. And then the next scene that happened was like the explanation of their history, and now I'm intrigued because they're technically not werewolves. They're, what are they called? Cadejos, which is like a ghost dog. So their ancestors are basically a god and like a magical human, like someone that had like magical abilities but was a human, and they ended up being married, and it turned into like them having connections to spirits that have other abilities, and their magical abilities is basically like shape-shifting into like a ghost dog, I guess. And their shadows of the ghost dogs feed off of like fears, anxieties, whatever. That's what feeds their ghost dog side, which I think is really interesting. The whole history of their ancestors and everything like that has me intrigued again, but I ain't gonna hold you. That whole scene, they almost lost me with that. They really almost lost me, but I am really interested now because I like the backstory and the history. It's very refreshing because y'all know they love a Greek mythology book, so it's nice to see Mexican mythology in here. I like that, so I am giving it a fighting chance. I'm not gonna DNF. I'm gonna try my best. I hope it gets better. I hope we get to see more of the romantic side. Like, you know, like 15% in, we already got a sex scene. Like, I need a little bit more of a slow burn. I'm not shy to a fast-paced romance. I'm cool with that, but I would have liked to see them together more to get to know each other before we went straight into like crazy sex scenes and crazy like shapeshifter scenes. Like, I would have liked to see that because I would like to see them together, see their dynamic. It was a little abrupt. It was a little bit abrupt, but I'm really interested in the history and the mythology, so I want some more of that. I'm gonna keep reading it. But this is the end of this vlog. I got a little bit of a tummy ache, so that's why that's why I have the ginger ale. But I want to close this vlog out, get this up for you guys. Everything else is edited. I just needed to put this closing clip in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Another thing, keep an eye out on the community tab, because I'm going to be posting a lot of polls for next year. I'm planning my content for next year, and I really want to focus on videos that you guys would like to see more of. As you know, I am not shy to a creative mind. I'm constantly coming up with new series and things that I want to try on the channel, and you guys are very responsive. I know videos you guys really enjoy versus videos you don't really enjoy or prefer, you know what I'm saying? So I can obviously see that from the views, but my views pretty much stay kind of the same, aside from my recommendation videos. My black recommendation videos always do the best. My book hauls always do the best. Hot girl reading vlogs always do the best. Glow ups do the best. It's like a mix. So like I said, I'll be putting up a few polls to see what type of content you guys would like to see next year. I'm not going to get rid of any of my series, but I just want to see what I should focus on more. You know what I'm saying? Gotta feed the island. Gotta give y'all what y'all want. And as of right now, one of the main ones that's winning is a 24-hour readathon. And I don't do too many 24-hour readathons, but I think I'm gonna lean more next year towards relaxing and not working so much. And the way that my work week is scheduled, my normal work week should be 4 days a week. So if I'm not doing overtime and if I'm planning out a 24-hour readathon, it works perfectly where I can spread it out for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that you guys really want more 24-hour readathons. I don't do too many of those, but I don't have a problem with doing that because it'll push me to finishing books, because I start a lot of books for specific videos and don't get to finish them. But yeah, keep an eye out for the polls. I'll be posting asking about what genres y'all would like me to see, which is interesting because I'm gonna be doing a challenge next year, so we'll talk more about that in the 2024 New Year's resolutions, whatever, child, at the end of the year. So like I said, keep an eye out. I think that's it. Like I said, I'm gonna continue reading this book, add it onto the TBR for the video that I'm currently filming for y'all, and I hope it gets better, child. I really do, or I will be dragging it. Y'all already know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below something that you've done this week that made you happy, or something that you have coming up that you're excited for. Has anybody put their tree up? Mine is currently looking at me over in that corner, still in the box. Yeah, it's still in the box. We don't even have ornaments, okay? We don't even have ornaments, so please, not too much on me. But let me know if y'all put up your Christmas trees, if y'all are decorating, you know what I'm saying, something that you're excited about. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave this emoji right here in the comment section below so I know that you made it to the end of the video. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you guys next week, okay? Bye. Shh.